Well, Navi Pillay is the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. It was on her recommendation that the UN voted to set up an independent international inquiry into alleged atrocities during Sri Lanka's civil war. Good to have you with us on the programme. I don't know if you could hear clearly what the Sri Lankan government spokesman was saying there, but he was saying very forthrightly that the UN vote is politically motivated, that your motives for wanting the international investigation is politically motivated. Actually, this is going to be interfering in their domestic affairs and will undermine their reconciliation efforts. What do you say to that?
When a government fails to protect its own citizens, then it's the responsibility of the international community to do so. That's the international law. Now, I heard the last speaker say it's politically motivated because I'd called for an inquiry so soon. Well, we had enough evidence. You know, we don't wait for thousands and for 40,000 to be killed. For instance, in Gaza, 1,600 were killed in the attack, and in less than a week, a commission of inquiry was set up. The Human Rights Council acts fast. It's not here to apply political pressure. In this case, the Human Rights Council and the United Nations, the Secretary General, waited almost 5 years for Sri Lanka to take internal action, hold an investigation, and render justice for victims.
Well, how will the investigation go ahead without Sri Lankan cooperation, and what can it achieve in the end? What's the goal?
Well, I am now entrusted to be in charge of the investigation, and I will definitely seek the cooperation of the Sri Lankan government. They were very good during my visit to Sri Lanka. There is political will there to address the situation. They just want us, the world, to recognize how much they have done, and they have, in terms of reconstruction, disarmament, and removing the internally displaced people. I'm going to seek their cooperation for justice and accountability. And on the part of both sides, victims of LTTE are also waiting for justice.
In the vote at the council, fair number of states, 12 states who abstained, 12 voted against. Are you worried by the number of states which chose not to support this investigation?
I'm disappointed that there were so many abstentions and 12 no votes. It's the Security Council, General Assembly, and Human Rights Council that establishes commissions of inquiry. Nobody is targeting Sri Lanka here. Commissions of inquiry were appointed in respect of Palestine, in respect of Syria, and more recently now, the Central African Republic. The African Union established one for South Sudan. So these are the usual mechanisms employed by the international organization, the United Nations and its various bodies, for victims to get protection of human rights, to seek accountability, and to ensure that victims get the justice that they are seeking.
Navi Pillay, thank you very much indeed for speaking with us here on Al Jazeera. It's Navi Pillay in Geneva there.